There it goes. Okay. Mine wasn't going. Hi, everybody. How you doing tonight? As you can see, we have this wonderful woman down below us here. And, yeah, getting ready for one of the things we'll talk about a little bit later after we talk about a little about the aftermath and stuff that went on. Both of you were affected by this to some degree. I was affected kind of like a normal winter storm kind of up here. You guys were affected a lot more. I mean, we did lose some
Yeah.
power for a few hours, and that was about all we did. Um,
Yeah.
Afterwards, we'll talk a little about the upcoming charity stream for Autism Awareness that Hope does every year, and this year we're going to be blessed to have it here. So, thank you, Hope.
Well, thank you for your guys contributing for this. It's going to be, as Cheeto says, huge. Or how he says, huge. How's he say it? Donald Trump, how's he say it?
I'm not good at impersonations. I'm terrible at it. We've tried it before, and it's a horrible. It's a show.
Yeah, like, wait, hold on. I'm putting on my lipstick down. I got a joke, but it's later.
Me too, but I made sure that we had some Hogets Yogurts in here, so we could talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, dude, really? Hold on a second, man. I wasn't prepared for this. Y'all, why do y'all make me go get his package? Hey, John, by the way,
Yeah.
I got your package. Yeah.
What?
Chicka bow wow now wow.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
I said me because of the fact that it was Caitlin's things. So I didn't want to say, ooh, Caitlin got your thing. That would be weird. So I said, no. Ooh. So I got your package. Dope. Okay.
Hey, Rajan.
I'm just
I hope I'm saying that right.
thing,
Rajan, tell me if it's wrong, but it is Rajan, right? It's not Rajin. I'm guessing. I'm not sure.
No, it's right. Rajan.
Rajan. Okay.
Rajan.
That's what I thought. I was hoping I'd been saying it right. But
who's raging and why is he pissed off?
Actually, he's usually a really mellow guy. Duchess, hey, good to see you here. Actually, why don't John? Well, we got a minute. You want to give shout outs? You can probably scroll up quicker.
Here, look.
Oh,
nice.
John got me this mask. So okay, I can't breathe. Oh, I'm sorry. So
All right.
I'm just gonna sit here.
Look up in the chat here. We had Grizzly Vapes. Stevie Haynes. Hey, Stevie. Everybody's favorite troll, Matt Chandler. We have Lady Liberty. Kira's in the house. Hey, Kira. Jangles. Jenny Sins Designs is in the house. Hey, Jenny. Lady Liberty. Let's see. Jay LVC is in the house. Hey, Jay. Duchess Coils is in the house. Nice to see everybody. Appreciate everybody turning out tonight. I think I already said Stevie, but if I didn't, I'll say it again. Hey, Stevie. Texas Mom 09.
We got you.
Rajan. And
Reagan.
Jangles. Nice.
and just so you guys know, it didn't show up because when I pinned the comment, it took it away, but Kira was here first. So just wanted to make sure you pointed out Kira first. Yep, there we go.
Oh, and Addie Tooney's in the house. Hey,
there's Addie. There's Addie. Yep, Addie gave us a shout out earlier. I saw that on Fresh's show while I was busy doing everything. Thank you, Addie. Love you, brother. Family here is like in the Northeast. We did get hit with the aftermath of this a little bit. To us, it was basically like a normal winter storm. It was actually not as bad as a nor'easter we usually get.
Yeah.
You guys got hammered pretty bad.
Yeah, that's why we live in the South, dude. We don't want any of that. You can keep that stuff, man.
I will say that one of the things, one of the reasons why I want to talk about this is just hearing Hope talk about not just her experience, but the experience of people that she was worried about around her.
Yeah.
I thought it was important to talk about what we can do to try and help people to get through things. And some people actually lost family members and such through this, as we discussed a few times. And I think it's really important that we, kind of talk about it a little bit and what can be done to help people. Like Hope, I know Texas got hit hard with like trying to deal with like getting your groceries and stuff. Like your hassle and fiasco trying to get just bread and eggs was just, I wanted so bad to just go to the store and get you some and send them to you, but they wouldn't make it to you until they were no good. You know, it was that bad. So losing power, not used to it, losing water, frozen
Yeah.
pipes, frozen pipelines, as John was telling me about.
Wait till John tells his story and I tell mine, and mine and John's going to be pretty similar. We're just going to
Yeah,
kind of, so John, we can just kind of like ping pong with each other, like, how long did you lose? So how long did you lose? So we're kind of easy.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
conversation stuff.
So that
Get to that in a
said,
minute.
I'll pass it to John. You go ahead and talk about a little bit, like you were telling me, about what was happening with the pipeline and stuff, which I was surprised about.
Yeah, so my wife works for a major utility, and what happens is there's a collective for the power companies. They all pool their power, and then they will loan power when one place needs more, and it's kind of like think of it like a circuit, right? And for this half of the country, a lot of that is powered by natural gas that comes out of Texas. And so those pipelines were getting the liquid in the natural gas was getting so frozen over that it wouldn't flow. And so when that happens, the main source of power for the electric companies is gone. They have to figure out something else. And the cost just goes up and up and up. And so what Texas did, they regulated, or they deregulated their power. And what it was meant to do was, it was meant to make it easier and cheaper for people who lived in Texas to get their power, because you could just see, what company you wanted to handle your power needs. But the problem with that is when you go into deregulation, is that then those companies have to bid for fuel or for energy, and it gets really expensive. I can tell you that where I am in Oklahoma, the power company here paid as much for that one storm as they pay for fuel in a whole year. They paid almost $1 billion in fuel.
Lady Liberty had found a tweet or a message somewhere, and it said that it showed the guy's light bill. He made it through this without losing power, but he had like a $15,800 bill.
Yeah, 15,000, 17,000.
I mean, to be granted, that might have been a ranch or something. I'm guessing. I'm hoping to God that's not just a house.
No, that's not everybody. No,
that's insane. That's insane.
So that's what happens when you deregulate, though, is that now those companies have to find the money to pay for the fuel that they're going to have for energy. And of course, the costs during that storm just went up, 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 up. And some companies didn't have the money to pay, so people were without power longer. So it was really a mess. It was really a mess. It just, everything combined just to hit at the wrong time. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry you guys went through this. Obviously, I wish I could do more for you guys, but in the aftermath of that, like during it,
did you want me to say my side of it?
Yes, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The aftermath of that, I know Hope had some suggestions we talked about the other day too about this. So you go ahead and say your side, and then jump right into some of your suggestions.
Yeah. So John, and sorry, John, because you know some Spanish, so if I use certain things. I kind of used a lot of Spanish this past week in the storm. I'm trying to talk to people in my area. So if I use también, you know what that is. You too, Tim. So hi, everybody. First and foremost, hello, everyone. We went to Texas Apocalypse 2021. As John said, our governor runs for Cut, which is he's the boss actually of the power company here. What happened was some of the grid broke and froze down. And as they do more investigation, we're learning more and more. So what they started doing was rolling blackouts. Some people were fortunate enough to have life where they didn't lose it. Some lost it for 6 hours. You know how rolling blackouts work. A little bit on and off. Then there's some of us like myself that didn't have light from this point to this point. The rolling blackouts, I wasn't as lucky as some. No water from Sunday till Saturday. Got snow from outside and one with my dustpan and 2 trash cans. You start, it's bad if you start using your drinking water to fill up your septic. And my mom, as you guys know, if you're on Instagram, my mom had to have the SAPD for her ride to dialysis. So luckily, thank you, San Antonio Police Department, for doing that, because that was dope. Yeah, we're gonna learn. Hope's gonna buy a jack, huge jack, in the gin room. I'm kidding, not that crazy, but it was pretty traumatizing for me, and Keaton took it harder than anybody else out. So that's why that's why y'all get to see all the Slacks, because Tim wanted to talk about the aftermath of it. And John, to be quite honest, and I will go live on this, I apologize. I wasn't aware of, Oklahoma getting hit, because I was here trying to deal with our mess. And so I apologize for not being there and checking on you.
Oh, no.
And so, because like I said, I didn't see it that way. I saw it going to Louisiana to that way. So this way versus this way. Like, I didn't see it go all different directions. I saw it was this. So I apologize for not being a better person to do that. I was trying to keep my phone charged, because, people were in their cars. People passed away from carbon monoxide in the cars. 11-year-old boy from hypothermia. We had over 20 people of our elderly pass away. They found in their cars, passed away on their way to dialysis. And they're still living door to door at this moment. Some people don't have water still here in Texas. What's going to happen? They got some angry ass people. I'll tell you that. Watch your live bill, John. You never know. Even though you're not part of us, right? Because you're part of. Wait, are you guys part of our stuff? Because I don't know how far that goes out. I'm just curious. There's just us, right?
Yeah, there's an interconnected grid between Texas and Oklahoma with a it's a collective or a cooperative. What we're going to do here is that the Oklahoma Power Company here has already said that they're going to collect all of the huge bill that they had to pay over the next 10 years. The Regulation Commission is going to let it spread it out over the next 10 years. So people aren't going to have to pay those exorbitant bills.
Okay. That's what Addie was just asking about.
So let me ask you this, though. What bills do they want you to pay if you do not have gas and electricity? Like, what bills are you going to buy? Let's say you get a bill for $16,000, which I really know 2 people in San Antonio that got into it. What do you do? Like, you didn't use it, so you just swallow it and pay it? Or, I mean, because our governor Abbott, says, I'll give y'all a break. We won't just, we won't just connect you, because CPS is in a lot of New York City publics are like, a lot of people before this even happened. So Governor Abbott has suggested the same thing for all of us. We have 10 years to pay off the $16,000 bill. Yeah. I don't think that's going to go over well. How do you think
that's still a $16,000 bill?
It is a reflection of not thinking ahead very much. We have gone to a lot of green energy, and then we're using natural gas, in this part of the country, because heck, we don't get those kind of storms, we just don't. So nobody planned for it.
No, we don't.
And
I don't want it to become a political issue, so I don't think I'm going there. Right. I'm disclosing this out, okay? And I talked to Tim a lot about this. Where Governor Abbott is very uptight to begin with, even when the other side won, which is fine. Dope. I'm all about the human beings, whatever. Governor Abbott had 10 years to prepare for this. He didn't, because he didn't want to spend the dough. We found out that ERCOT was in charge. It's Governor Abbott who runs it. He tells them what to do. 5 of their top executives quit the next day. Governor Abbott replies with, I welcome their resignation. I'll find somebody else. Exact word. And a lot of Texans got hurt because, what could he do for us coming? Was he going to come to my house and say, hey, how you doing? There was not that. There wasn't a lot of involvement. So Texas got hurt with that, where we don't know what we're going to do next, where people to this day, so Tim, I can reflect on what Tim said, and I'm a little triggered as you can tell I'm so tried, to not find food is fucking stupid. No water. You go to the store and you can't find nothing to you know. So yesterday I go to H-E-B, which you know, a grocery store, and I see food and I start crying because there was food there for the first time in a week.
Yeah.
But people are still horny shit. Like we're back to them again because people feel they need 6 cartons of eggs.
And
You
you
know,
haven't
and I
even
haven't
been
even
hit
caught up
by
with the movie yet.
the wave of like the lack of produce. We're gonna have a real lack of produce for a while coming from Texas and such from this because it's killed crops. You know it did. That storm did. I'll hope. See, it's hard. I mean, do you get?
Apparently I'm having audio issues. If y'all hear audio issues, because Texas says I'm having audio issues.
Yeah, there was a little bit of feedback, but
There's a little feedback. Now you're really quiet right now.
Do y'all still hear that, or what have you? The reason why I said this is because he put in the chat having audio issues. Do you guys hear it? Or
it's just a little bit of feedback, just a little bit, but
because I turned off all my volumes everywhere I have it. So anywhere I have it is going to be I'm just
I can
gonna
try and I can't. Not during the stream. It won't let me turn her volume up. So, um,
these headphones so these are the only ones, but like I said, I can go ahead and
I
just
think it's just a little feedback there, but it's gone now. When we were talking earlier
crap.
too, Hope. When we were
Hold
talking,
on.
when we were talking
It seems
earlier,
like
Hope.
really chatting the hell out.
well, that's better.
Yeah, when we were talking earlier, it was doing the same thing
Hold on a
occasionally.
sec.
Sometimes
Let me
it's a
see if I
little
can
hard to
turn it
hear.
off here. See, like my volume, I can't hear you guys at all, and I'm on straight on my phone. Do you mind if I rejoin?
No, that's
And let
fine.
me go into my iPad. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize.
No,
for
not
the
a problem.
inconvenience. Just a moment.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Technical issues.
So you
Bingo
can-
clack.
Yeah. So you can see it. That's just that's just an inkling into the emotional, aftermath of this kind of once in a decade storm or more. It just no food on the shelves. It was here too that people went and bought everything they could get and then not thinking about their neighbor. Which is actually kind of throwback to when all this
Last year
started. Yeah. And so it got a lot of people kind of PTSD almost kind of thinking about what am I going to do? I have to have food
I
in the
know
house.
that she was trying to get eggs and bread, and that's all she wanted. She had everything else she needed. She wanted eggs and bread, and she was having to go everywhere to get it. Texas mom was.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Garrity's, there's not a GoFundMe, but there is a thing up to help Angela with the kids and taking care of the kids and having like credits for like DoorDash and such to help feed the kids, so she takes all the stress off her while her
Let me check
husband
my
Nick,
email.
while
Here
her
we
husband
go.
while her husband Nick is in the hospital.
I've got it.
And
Let
they
me,
they do live in Texas, so on top of everything else and what she's dealing with, normally she's also dealing with this. There she is. There's Mama's back. There you are. Oh, I love the purple headset though.
It works on my iPad, but not on my phone. So here you go. Now we all have text. And I feel like though, like where to go? Like,
Don't they feel like they're a little big? It takes a while to get used to them.
yeah. So I'm so used to like stuff in my ears. Thank you, ex-husband. Natural disasters bring the best out of an ex. Do that. But no, trying to catch up with food. I found 2 bags of chicken. It was like the best thing ever. And I'm going to describe this
Yeah, there it
in
is.
a way where it sounds clean. Nothing sounds better than a toilet flushing, man.
mm-hmm.
Legit, right, John? Like legit.
Yeah.
Like you take a lot of the stuff for granted, and I'm one of them. I fully admit that. And when you lose it, it's like, oh crap,
Literally.
like literally crap. Like I told Kim, I told my mom she couldn't take a crap. Don't take a crap. Don't
You
eat.
hold it
Don't
until
eat.
this is over.
Yeah. Or go do it in the snow, make yellow snow. Caitlin wasn't down for that. She wasn't down for that. She wasn't having it. She's like,
Feeding
I'm
only
over that.
feeding only foods that'll bind you up. That's it. You're eating nothing but cheese until this is over, okay?
Well, I was just thinking can have cheese, but I was willing to sacrifice her life. No, I'm just kidding. That's like I was going to ask you have a suggestion because only Tim knows this of what I'm doing. Okay, Tim. Okay, knows what I'm talking about. Can we do a small one? I'm not into that. We discussed that, but just this time around, just can we tell each other what we're vaping on so people can be like, what is it you have?
We're fine. I planned on tonight not being one of those ones. You can do a buffet if you want.
Okay.
Figured you were going to be on. It was going to be a thing. It depends on the guests. That's why I said this is a vape friendly show. So we don't.
I mean, let's do this, man. Y'all started. You started.
Go ahead, John. What do you got?
I have the Juggernaut V2 with a little bit of mint chocolate chip shake on the Smock Mag P3. And then I have, whoa, wow, who'd have thought? Another Juggernaut V3 on the, what was this one called? The Guar, or what was this called?
The Magic Stick.
Yeah, I'm forgetting it. Yeah, but it's a Lost Vape. It's a nice little single 21700.
In this, I have. Is that the Argus?
No. Oh. No, this is Lost Vape. And in this, I have Vanilla Clove, which is really nice. So, a little bit of I stole a little page off of Michelle Daldimes, kind of.
Oh, she's getting apparently a whole bunch of them from Fresh 03 to try. Including one that's a replica of the one she's losing. So that's awesome.
I hadn't had a clove in a long time. I thought, well, that's a nice idea. So, yep, that's what I got right now.
Well, I just got the 3 setups. I got Toffee Custard by Bottled Violence by Steel Valley Vapor. And that's on the Elite V2 on the Chubby Able stack because the toffee comes through so nice on a nice hot vape. And then the Ardent that I threw a little bling on this week.
A little bling
on. That's got Hogarth's Yogurt's Basic B in it. That's the pumpkin spice, which I hate myself for liking so much. I do. I got that, and it's like she got that. Lady Liberty got it, and another one of them. She turned out she liked it. Reminded her of another one liquid that I was okay with, but she liked better, and so we traded. And I went up with this one. It's like, why? I went up with pumpkin spice. I mean, seriously, and I like it, so whatever. And then I have Sabores de Encantos in here, the pineapple rum upside down cake, and the G-Box, retro G-Box with the profile.
G-Box, man,
yeah,
retro.
And that's all I got, Mama. So what do you got going on?
All about that chocolate, right? So to prepare for next month, thanks to Emily and Gary and to a few folks out there who did this for me with Humbird Cage. They made me my own 1-of-1 Autism Awareness mod.
Nice.
I don't vape it. I stare at it and proud of it. I actually filled the tank up. Am I going to vape it?
Oh, Tim, can you adjust the screen? All they can see is text of Columbus.
Yeah, is it my mom?
Hat and glasses.
Screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it me? Oh, I see what happened. Why did I do that? Okay.
I don't know.
I was wondering because I was about to
It's not you. It actually, for some reason, I have no idea why. That's kind of strange. I'll bring us all in so we can see each other nicely. There we go.
There we go.
It wasn't you. It was actually my screen. And
so Tim, I know you'd like to, but Amelia's in the house here, and John, Amelia Geary's in the chat. She's one of the ones that takes care of me very well.
Nice.
She loves Caitlin. Anything Caitlin wants.
Oh, since you're wearing headphones, I found Caitlin some Cookie Monster socks.
Dope.
Yep, and they have little nubs on the bottom so she won't slip.
That'll be for her birthday. Because her birthday, we'll talk about that. We'll get into that because that's going to be crazy as well. The backdrop that Tim got, her dad got.
Oh my God, you're going to love it. You're going to love the backdrop.
I can't even mess with y'all right now. Then I'm vaping on These are the new ribbons, guys, so you are aware. These are the new ribbons for this year.
Nice.
And these will come in, I will send out to people. So these are the new ribbons that my ex, like I said, natural disaster. Awesome. So this is a new ribbon. However, I got my Aegis X. What I got in this one? Oh, this one has creamy nut in it from Red Star Vapor here in San Antonio. Creamy nut. It says creamy nut. I'm not making that
It's
up.
got a squirrel on it. You know,
It's
Nick
got a
would be
squirrel
loving
on
that.
it. That's
Nick would love
funny.
that.
Yeah, like legit, right? Nick would like this, you think?
Creamy nut with a squirrel on it. I mean, come on, that's a Nick liquid. I'm surprised he didn't come out with that.
You know what? I'm gonna see Matt again. Like when I got your stocking clothes from, I'll get him a bottle and send it his way when I send out the whole supply.
Even if he doesn't like the liquid, he's gonna want the
yeah,
bottle.
just for this. Yeah, no, I'll get it. I can get it for free because whatever. But thank you for letting me know. Yeah, this is creamy nut. It has nuts. Okay. And then last but not least,
Tis a bit
thank you,
nutty.
Eric. Thank you, Eric. Vinyl Vapor on my Aegis X. He sent me Blueberry Hill because he thought a natural disaster doesn't, he didn't let me pay for it in any shape or form. So thank you, Eric, very much. The post will go out tomorrow because I something special with that. So that, and you guys that are hearing me, Zeus, Subohm, Tank. Look at John. He's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
I know. Am I the only one that knows this story?
I haven't told anybody this week.
Oh, okay.
I have found another tank that I like. Besides, it took 5.5 years to find another tank that I like.
Nice.
And so and it comes with the kit. These are the ones that I get and I throw away, or I give them away. Now I regret it because I wanted some colors that I gave away. But it's pretty dope. I mean, I told Tim, I admit it. I eat shit. I admit it. I admit fully here, right here and now. Is it Beat the Falcon? It's pretty up there, man. It is. This Subohm is definitely legit as fuck, and I have no regrets. Tim was so happy because in case with this vape mail situation happening, or Falcon starts to get stupid because they're getting stupid with no tanks, you never know. At least I have something that I enjoy because I was given the Crown 4 tank. No.
I was lucky enough to get a Crown 3, and I know how much I was disappointed with that tank. I even retried it a little while back just to see, and it's like, nope. And I remember why I hated it. So, it looks good.
Matt, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Matt,
ahead.
as far as he put in the chat, there are a lot of people with autism and in the community that find the puzzle piece really offensive from what I have been told. Okay, again, being part of an organization community now for 19 years. A lot of people do that because of Autism Speaks. Autism Speaks has put in everyone's head they want to cure autism, and that's why it's offensive. That's why Autism Speaks does not speak for my kid. That puzzle piece, I myself, I consider it not putting the pieces together to make him complete because she really is. The puzzle pieces is to have us as a community, and we just keep adding to this big puzzle of community. That's why I do it. Other people have their reasons. That's mine. It goes along well. It just depends if they want to take the time to explain. But honestly, Autism Speaks was the one who started it, and that's why they get offended, because they know exactly where it stands and where the money goes and what have you. I'm not going to get into all that mess, but that's why they get offended, because they feel like they're missing something in their brain, they're missing something here, they're missing their verbal. No, for me, it's a huge puzzle, and I just keep adding to this 19-year puzzle. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And you know what's awesome about the puzzle piece for me? You'll never complete it because I'll just keep adding and adding more and more beautiful people in the huge spectrum that's autism. It's the best way I can put it for you.
Okay.
If that makes any sense at all, Matt. If that, and if anybody ever wants to ask me, they're more than welcome to DM me. I don't get offended by it because everybody's entitled to what they feel.
Yeah, I think you did.
And
You explained it really well because his question was asking.
mhm,
Some people find it extremely offensive, and you just explained why. Which I'd
yep,
heard this too, and I didn't know exactly why because I didn't understand it. Because, like I said, you've been a part of the community for 19 years. I had touched on the
I
Thank
edge
you,
of it.
Eddie.
love you.
Thank you, Addie. Love you, brother.
Come here, Caitlin. Sorry,
Uh,
Caitlin. Shit, go ahead. I'm gonna
but
go get my daughter.
I had heard some touched on it a little bit when I was dealing with my son's cerebral palsy.
Yep.
So I was around a lot of people that were autistic, a lot of autistic children. So I got to touch on that, but I didn't get really deep into the community. So I haven't lived it. So things like that went by me and I didn't notice them because that was, I mean, the focus was more on the kids, not so much on the
Exactly.
infrastructure of what is going on. But that's one of those things where if you are going to do anything for a charity, try to get with someone who understands the community because there might be a community, portion of the community that seems like it from the outside is very
Mm-hmm.
straightforward, going to benefit what you want to do because the name's right, it sounds right. And then you find out
Mhm.
later that maybe the funds aren't going exactly where you would think they are. So it's a good idea to get into it. Hey, Tobro.
Now, most definitely, if you're more into the autism thing or with lupus, have any questions about organizations, feel free to message me. It looks
Oh,
like your beard licked. What was that?
that's because I had to
Um,
adjust stuff and I forgot to move it. Yep.
right
Thank
on,
you,
brother.
Tobro. Well, I'd
No,
scratch my
but
toes, Tobro, but I can't reach down that far with the mouse. So, uh,
as y'all notice, got the pieces up the button here. But again, that's my purpose of it, and it's better to ask or to in reference to like what Matt did
Sure.
because I have been confronted about it several times, and I will keep. That's been my response for the past 19 years. So, you know, like I said, one company organization. I call it a company because they make money. Um, ruin that. So, and it's up to people like us to educate people and get them to where they need to be. So, yeah, do your face, dude. Yeah, dude. I'm not stupid. I see y'all trying to talk. Just fucking talk over me. I don't care. Tim does it all the time.
we're both good
So
at it.
Well, I think you know, I don't. I think you have these. I think you have these controversies. You know what Kira put in the chat and what Matt addressed and how you answered it. I think you have these controversies no matter what community you're dealing with. I know there's these controversies with cancer research and cancer fundraising, and I think it's and so you have both sides of both sides of the fence on a lot of these things. But I think in the end of it, they all want the same thing. So that's just something that we have to remember is that everybody wants the same thing, which is the best for those people and young people that have autism and want to be there and support them the same way that people want to be there and support people that are going through cancer. So I
no,
want to point that out. I think there's always going to be two sides or maybe some divisions, but in the end of it, things, I think, yeah,
no, and
I think that's right. Yeah, Kira. As long as both points can be fairly put across, I think that's right. It's okay to have different thoughts.
sorry, John.
No,
Shut
you're all
me
right.
up.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
mean, the badge. Um, you know, I have a lot of friends. A lot of friends. Sorry, you said whatever in the community that are for autism students, big time. And I've supported them, and I don't like the lighted up blue thing. Like I said, there's a lot of things in the organization I used to associate with. When I found out things, I ate crow and I told them they were right. Tim learned a lot about me during the storm, a lot about where I think of things and where I stand with a lot of things that you can't talk to other people about because people are quick to jump and get angry. Just like I told him about the word disabled, how there's a lot going on. You can't be defensive constantly. Just educate. That's all. Just educate and learn and
Yeah.
open your mind to what they think. Because believe it or not, they may be on the other side of what I'm thinking, but two people are better than one. So you can have that and use that. So am I close to them in that sense of donation wise? Yes. As far as what they do, I like some of their work. I like the fact they put out commercials and such and what have you. Um, but I'm down for that. Just like cerebral palsy has their backlash. I know some stuff about theirs. Down syndrome, it's just everywhere, like you said, everywhere. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like, you know, you just gotta hear people
Right.
out.
Well, my mind immediately went back to, and it doesn't really correlate, but it does kind of correlate with this. Is, my wife's a cancer survivor, but I was back when AIDS hit. I was a very active in the education of the communities, and there was a lot of agreement about how we move forward. With, I was a member of ACT UP, which is AIDS education, and there was a lot of disagreement about how we moved forwards. People had different ideas on how to move, this way and that way, but in the end, we had to remind each other that we were all moving towards the same thing, which is doing education, getting people the treatments that they needed. And then they were very expensive, still are very expensive, but we had to remind each other that we were running the same race, and wanted the same thing. So
John, being cancer, your wife's a cancer survivor, what have you, and I'm writing this down because I like I told him, I found something to keep my mind busy, but now I'm finding something I want to get more passionate about besides advocating about doing stuff. So Tim's been educating me on vape more, and I talked to him about what I learned, and I went and asked questions. And so with AIDS, ACT UP, is I'm not aware of it, just straight off the bat. So that's
been
why
a long time. Yeah,
I'm guessing because AIDS in general has been a long time. So when you were, or are you still involved with cancer organizations, and if so, what are they? And if they're not, what is the organization that you found that touched your part of your life?
So there's a couple that we support. They're local here to Oklahoma. We don't usually do the national ones because of our personal view on some things. We are big. My grandmother passed from autism, or not from autism, from
Cancer.
Alzheimer's. Thank you.
Okay.
Alzheimer's. And we lost her before we should have lost her, so we're not going to have the walk this year, which is bad. That's one of the major fundraisers and for Alzheimer's. And it's, that's what I'm passionate about and of course, vape advocacy and mental health. But that's when you have that kind of personal hit home, you get really involved in and try to educate people and try to move, the research and hopefully a cure one day for that forward. So.
No, yeah. And what about you, Tim, with your son with cerebral palsy? Because I know some, not anywhere with what I know about other stuff. Is there anyone that I should look up that you would find that?
I will say the saving grace throughout it wasn't even to do with the cerebral palsy thing, because that was actually just a battle, and I was so in it. It was so bad. It was severe, so we were dealing with it on a constant basis. So I didn't really have time to focus on the charity part of it too much, other than the Ronald McDonald House, because they helped us greatly, because he was in a coma for like 3 months. I ran out of money, even though I had a great job. I ran out of money because it wasn't working, and they stopped giving me any money for leave to stay there with my son. So the Ronald McDonald House helped me out a lot, and I was able to stay there so I could stay in town. I have to travel back and forth.
Bye, Duchess. Love you.
Love you, Duchess. He hates that. But
that's why I said it, because I knew you would say it after me. Everybody.
Hey, I figured out how to do it. I'm going
with Grizz on this. The circle is now.
Yeah.
It's a circle of life, okay? It's a circle of life. That's the wrong circle. We don't talk about that here. That's for the after show. No.
See, try to do better, but I can't see that. Try to do that. Fail every time.
Maybe we can get Vandal on and we can charge $420.69 like he does.
Let's do this. Just so you guys, because autism seems to be the center of my world. And lupus is also one that I associate myself with. Again, walk, not going to do well because of COVID and whatnot. And I also, when we get to the autism aspect, there is a virtual walk for autism where you can donate the money but it's free to do the virtual. And I want to see if y'all would be interested in to put that out there. All you have to do is walk around your house, and I just like a picture so I can keep it for Caitlin. So I want to see. All you do is sign up, and you put Caitlin's name or whoever you want, or just autistic children in general, adults, what have you. I want to see if we can do that. Alzheimer's Association and Kidney Foundation as well, because of mom, and American Heart Association for my dad and stuff like that, and American Diabetes Association.
Which DDP actually, though we had Matt on long ago, and that is an exercise program that's good for people that are injured. That's actually what he designed it for.
That's
so
how he got it,
Yep.
So he learned it, his yoga and stuff.
Well, yeah, he's extremely thoughtful person and cared about trying to get people back in shape, because there's a lot of injuries in that business, and then it helps people outside that business, obviously, as well. That's a strive for this. Mama, that all said, what about all the, what can people do, like, if they're living in Texas, to help their neighbor? What would be the most important thing?
Well, first and foremost, sorry, I'm going to defy you. And I'm going to go to John, because John learning as of today. Again, I apologize for Teresa. Know that I love you to death. And
Same here.
I become not in a sense selfish, like I was telling Tim about a half an hour ago. And there's no excuse for it. I'm not going to make excuses for it, because even though I'm having all this stuff going on, there's no reason why I can't type one line too. So I apologize for that. Again, I wasn't aware of how the weather went. That I really didn't know. So if I knew, I would have at least said, "Yo, you cool?" I didn't. So I apologize. How was it for you, and how can they help Oklahoma or the city where you're at? And then I'll kind of throw mine through here, because I know about mine.
We're out in the country, and I think we were lucky to be on a electric cooperative, and so we didn't get nearly the blackouts that people in the city got. And I just think, just checking on your neighbor, even now, I mean, we've had quite a thaw up here now, but even now, checking on your neighbor and make sure they're okay. The count in Oklahoma City for the homeless population was high. People that passed trying to survive the storm. And it just checking on your neighbor, just making sure everything's okay, especially the elderly. They had to go through this pretty hard. I mean, they rely on public transportation, which obviously wasn't going during that time, or the private companies. And so I would just say, just check on them and make sure that, if you're running the store, check and see if they need something, that it's, I was having this conversation with Tim, and I think, this back to back, obviously with the COVID and then with this storm for these areas that don't usually hit, it's almost like, it added on to some people's agoraphobia, with not wanting to go outside. A lot of things are hitting at once.
You're throwing your psychiatry shit at me, and I don't know what the hell that is. What is it? Agoraphobia? Tell me in hope terms.
Agoraphobia is fear of leaving your environment. You might your house or your home. Fear of the outside world. Yeah.
Which the pandemic has made.
I'm sorry, Tim. Please go ahead.
No, this pandemic has made a lot of people more, even people that aren't normally afraid to leave their house or don't like to. You feel that anxiety when you leave your house. I mean, I know you feel it too, because we've talked about it before. So that's what it is that fear of going out, and what used to be like a kind of isolated thing where you could still manage to go out. Now people are like, there's people having full-blown panic attacks just thinking about having to go to the store. So
just had one yesterday, as Tim knows, and Tim was livid. What happened to Caitlin yesterday to me? Texas, feeding bank, Austin food bank to Houston. Houston has the largest food bank in the country, and they're really struggling in Houston, way more than we are, to be very frank with you. What happened on Friday, I was telling Tim, we're still going through the storm, okay, go back Wednesday. And I was crying to Tim. I couldn't get Mama right for shit. Obviously, my brother, this will make you live it, my brother felt compelled to not help me. this whole time. For SAPD to come out, which they had better tires and whatnot, but my brother felt compelled to not help her. Zero is something that I'm just take a mental note of, write it down in my notebook. Didn't check on her once. Didn't worry about how she was going to go. And I told him she can pass. Nothing. To get her lift home that Wednesday, it took me 5 hours to try to find a lift to get her home at 5:30 in the evening. That was before ice hits and it was starting to storm at that time even more. That was a rough situation. On Friday, same thing. My brother, in the exact words, I got a little ice on my windshield. Call SAPD to pick her up because he took advantage of it because they already have picked her up once. They can do it again. And that felt good when she got out because Lyft was driving at that time. So I thank everyone that got involved with that. Tim, like John said, the big thing right now for me, check on your neighbor, man, because like I said, especially the elderly, the homeless really suffered a lot. We opened up our convention center full knowing super spreaders. At that point, do it. I mean, people were suffering big time out there, suffering. And our food banks, I contacted my councilman because it was already getting to that point. And it got to that point. We're at half a gallon of water left to go within drinking and septic. So I contacted my councilman. I told him they brought me a case of water and they brought me some fruit and they brought me some, stuff. Anastasia and Wolf's Blood, you know them, I'm sure. Anastasia autopsy and Wolf's Blood. Anastasia, I feel she's dope to begin with, but for her to be able to come out on that Wednesday when it's storming, and call and text it, DM'd me. I'm going to go to the gas station. Do you want something to drink, something different? They came to my house. And they came and brought us something, and I was really started crying with blood, and their pipes busted in their apartment complex. And I'm forever grateful for that. But the councilman came, food bank came on Monday, Tim? They finally came. They brought us two bags of vegetables, and I shared that with my neighbor. One was a pant. I have a picture of it. The carrot went bye-bye too.
Oh, yeah,
Orange pants is gone. It's spoiled. I couldn't save it. And it'll make sense, John, when I show it to you. Orange pants. Food bank came. They gave me 2 boxes of the same canned foods. They didn't give no proteins. You're going to get whatever they give you, and you're going to deal with it, and you're going to like it. Because if there's nothing else, that's it. Yeah. And again, right now, what we're doing in San Antonio is we're starting to put it to where now they want us to buy 1 case of water, and the water that's in the mega sites, they kind of shut those down because with the changing weather, and they're limiting to 1 at the mega sites now. And that's scary again. Everybody's
it needs more trips out. That's the downside. I realized when we had it happen here. It's more trips out to the store than I originally made. I always used to go get water for our drinking water because our water is hard from the well. So it doesn't, it's always got that funny taste. It's fine to drink, but I just don't like it. So we used to go out, like I did eventually start going to the spring hole again. But like Walmart, where they limit you to like 2 gallons or 3 gallons, it's like, okay, we usually come and get 6 to 8 anyways twice a month to just drink our coffee with. So to have to go now literally 4 times as often as I used to go during a pandemic when you don't want as many people out is just kind of backwards thinking, in my opinion. And like you had to deal with too, what people don't realize, and this is where we're going to tie the two together, dealing with an autistic child or a mother that has dementia, you've had to deal with wanting certain meals that they can't get because it's not feasible and you can't do it when you can't get it, and you've had to deal with that stress. I mean,
you heard it in me today, and it was after the fact. Can you imagine when it was happening?
Yeah, and was there refusal to eat and like blow-ups, meltdowns? See, that's something people don't realize. People that have these issues, that have any form of mental illness issue or whatever, that have anything or just a what is it called, sensory issues, trying to change up their routine during this. And obviously a routine's going to get changed during a natural disaster. I mean, that's an aftermath that you're still dealing with because I've heard Caitlin in the background talking a little bit. She's still pretty riled up over this. Your mother's still
Not
riled up over this.
like you talking, I'm just like, just a quick update on what happened yesterday. Down, we went to HEB to go pick up my $10,000 freaking chemo meds and my steroid injections and what have you. And I was telling Tim, I put Caitlin as far away as I could because what happened is HEB started to administer the vaccine. Mind you, the day before we went to the Alamo Dome to get our second dose. And just real quick, we walked up because, don't have a car. So
I saw your update. Yeah.
Yeah. So we walked up for the second one. I get there. They say, we're not taking anybody. What? I just spent $35 to get here. And now you're telling me they were really rude and ugly and really heartbreaking. And luckily my aunt, to cut it short, my aunt was 30 minutes later than me. So I hopped in her car and I was able to complete the situation. And I did an update about it because I got a lot of backlash for the first one. And Caitlin didn't want that to happen again. So that's why that didn't happen. And Tim got nervous because I hadn't messaged him yet. And when he got a hold of me, there was nothing he could say or do to get me to talk normal. I was jacked. So HEB, I go get my medicine. Like I said, far away. People are waiting for the doses, right? And so I come back, Caitlin screaming. And shorter term, two ladies decided to be rude because Caitlin was in the way. She has her headphones on. And the ladies are rude. Caitlin's not understanding them. And Caitlin, again, public don't know you. Too many people. Shuts down automatically. Mama's there. Mama wasn't there. They were rude to her and they started giving her shit. And Caitlin was like screaming in the store because these people wanted to be rude to her. And she lost it and she's still having the effects of
And
that.
she actually they actually touched her too, right?
Yeah, they
For
touched
one,
her.
that social distancing issues right off the top of the bat. On top of that, this is where I feel like the lanyard system should be implemented more over here and recognized because that would help in that situation a little bit.
It was so effing sad. John, can you imagine? And John, Tim's like, what the F and whatever,
That's what I'm saying in my head, man. It's like, God.
You go into protective mode and there's nothing I can do. So it's like,
So you guys are so far, right? So I was telling Tim also when we were at the dosage thing situation, the supervisor, all they told me was get an Uber, get a Lyft, get a taxi. We waited 3 hours to get our second dose, man. You think Uber and Lyft were gonna wait? Oh, you have to reschedule. No, I'm sorry. Let's try to figure this out. Call 311. I called them. They told me the same thing. We'll have Metro Health call you. They have yet to call me back. But the supervisor started talking to Caitlin and got in her space. And she's like, dude, I don't know you. I didn't get to say this part. I didn't know you. And Caitlin's like, mama, mama, mama. Luckily, I was close enough because I was trying to figure out where my aunt was. And they just get in their cars.
Just to stay warm.
Screwed it up again. They didn't notify us. We're not going to have this. You're not going to have that. Make other arrangements. Zero. Zilch. It wasn't on Facebook. It wasn't on Twitter, Instagram, nothing. So we showed up like, hey, get it done, get it over with. Nope. Nobody knew. There were old people in wheelchairs out there. I mean, but the volunteers had awesome tents. They could have done them in there, but they didn't. But again, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful like I told Tim. I got it, and I'm glad it's over. Yep. But it was a really screw up. So Caitlin went there one Friday. It was more than sticking with her. Really bad. To touch my kid. And I went looking for him. I told him, y'all would have heard me in jail. But again, for Tim to be able to talk to me. And he tried.
Oh, it was hard to understand what you were saying. You were so worked up. I thought you didn't get it done because of the way you were just so worked up that nothing was coming through. It was a complete sentence, but it wasn't a complete paragraph. It was like pieces. You were so worked up, and I'm sure, Emily, you said you reached out to Emily too, and Amelia, I mean, and Yeah.
Her name is trying to be real brown right now, but no, it's Emily.
It
It's just
is
Emily.
Emily. Okay. Well,
That's all it
so
is.
John, you're lucky you didn't get that call because you would have been in the same boat as we were, and I know she was feeling the same way. That we just wanted to go and wring some necks, and we couldn't. So thankfully, I'm far enough away; it didn't happen. That could be a problem in the future if that ever happens up here if you ever get up here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's just
No, and it was sad to know
Lady
that there
Liberty will
was
be holding on the fort at home while we figure out how to pay bail money.
well, it's like I told Tim, it's going to be good and we'll discuss that with you in private, John, of what's going to occur later more because we talked about it even more where we got some
Jeez.
really pretty close to definite plans, but legal name, no, you're brown still, stupid tortilla eater. So I went live the other day and just tell people I was cool, right? So Caitlin wanted enchiladas from this restaurant. And so I told Emily, I'm going to go live and tell people you bought me Taco Bell and you gave me churro, which is diarrhea. So I go first. That's what I say. Hey, guys, Emily sent us some food and gave me diarrhea, Because if I would have said churro, everybody would be like, what's that, a churro? No, dumb. It's diarrhea. So, but again, Emily is right up there with you guys. Emily was the one that was on the Bluetooth when we had our accident. She heard everything, and I have yet to talk to her about what occurred, and I probably won't. Kayla's still struggling with that. PTSD is rough in this house right now.
Yeah.
It is 110%. But Caitlin is just trying. I'm trying. And Tim's really worried. So Tim calls me at 6 o'clock on Thursday. Are you okay? Are you okay? Because I haven't contacted anybody yet. I couldn't even, I shouldn't have answered the phone, Tim, and I apologize. And I apologize to you that day. I'm sorry. Just, that's not who I am. I try not to be that person again. And it's just, and he was like really trying, and I'm not biting. I'm not eating what he's giving me for dinner, dude. I was like, no, stupid, no. But I'm glad it's all over and said and done.
Yeah.
Now the more information that comes out, everybody's reliving it again. And there's going to be a lot going on in Texas. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But as far as organizations, feeding bank, like I said, San Antonio Food Bank. The homeless shelters, the domestic violence shelters were huge. Just people are really scarred right now, especially with the way, like and I were talking. I mean, you need to have a conversation like that, John, one day. He, like I say, he learned a lot about me and where I stand and who I am as a person, and it was just too much. It was too much for everyone. And I apologize again. I did not know, and I'm glad you guys survived it. I mean, even I don't care if you're in the rural. I don't care if you live in a farmhouse and y'all just lost like 4 hours. You still went through it.
Yeah.
No matter ours was more severe. Still, in my opinion, you lost it. So
I mean, one of the lighthearted moments for me, if you've never seen corgis go into like 2 feet of snow and disappear.
Oh God.
That's a fun.
You have a corgi again? You do, right? You do.
I have 3 corgis. Yeah.
Okay. What you need to do is message homegirl, because that's what she wants. She wants a corgi. She wants to name it Mocha.
Mocha. Okay.
She wants to because she had birds. They died. That's still affecting her. It's a lot. But the new pet thing is a dog. So if I could get it for you, would you take it? No, but she wants a corgi because my other neighbor has one. His name is Rainbow. And so corgis are a good size, They're dope. They're cool size. They're not big. They're pretty
low riders. Those are low riders.
So maybe you can send some pictures my way, or I'd rather you send them to her directly so you and her have that connection. Say, hey, I got 3 corgis, and go from there because that's cute though. And and again, Tim, and I'll tell thank you for everything you did this week.
I would suggest that Caitlin and maybe even you, if you like dogs, follow Mama Janklin's page because oh my God, some of the most adorable little videos of little puppies is ever. She likes to dress them up and stuff and do stuff for them, but she has all kinds. But
I wrote that down. Ooh,
it's only gonna, as things slowly get back to what our version of normal now is, that these things are going to ease up a little bit. But in that spirit, let's talk a little bit about the thumbnail. Let's talk about what's going to happen on April 1st. What are we going to do on April 1st?
Number one, I don't like them. I did that one, and not like what you do, but I try, and that was something I did in a 20-minute period, and I only did it. I wasn't going to do it, and then I was like, nope, going to do it. And so, if you need images for April 1st, let me know, because I have a guy who does them for me every year.
I got a bunch.
So, okay, I have some that was made for the situation, for the cause and whatever. So April 1st is the beginning of Autism Awareness Month. Some people actually out in the UK focus on World Autism Day only, where the US we do the whole month. And what we'll be doing on the IG side of it, because I'm not a fancy YouTuber like you guys, I'll be doing lives frequently, spreading that knowledge out. And then I'll update a lot about stuff that has to pertain to autism and how you can get involved. And then once a week, I'll be giving away something. And we have a few companies on board donating stuff. And Emily requested we do some non-vape related items, such as a gift card and what have you. Nick Rescue was one of them. I actually messaged Nick Grimm and see if he would be interested. And Tim, if you want to follow up on that too, because I'm not into the Discord situation, or there's some things I didn't get a hold of him and I can't. And so that's dope. Every week give away something and just bring the knowledge. And as far as the way y'all are going to do things, y'all can tell me, because the organization I felt is the biggest one that everyone can do is the Autism Society of America, which I brought before, because you guys do have your local chapters in actually cities, in your local city. You can donate to your local city and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be San Antonio. So when I do I donate to U.S.
Yeah, Tim and I were talking maybe that April 1st, and the whole month there could be the debut of Hope's OnlyFans.
Yep.
So we raise money that way.
We'll call it Hope's Fools. And we'll show a picture of your bush.
That was stupid, but that was stupid, because y'all would have loved that live I did on IG the other day, because somebody asked, where is she? Is she going to be on during Autism Awareness Month? I was like, yeah, she'll be here. That was stupid. Stupid. I still against the fact that Mitch's package. Like, and by the way, I still haven't gotten his other package that he sent me. I got another package coming, and I still haven't, so I'm waiting for his package.
Are you putting Mitch's hot liquid in your mouth?
Oh, y'all so disgusting. Like, I'm gonna so I can totally Shark Tank this. Like, what do you plan on bringing to the table? What are your ideas? Because I have a lot of them, but I would love to know what y'all would do as a YouTube channel, because again, IG got that.
I will be honest, this is going to be a new conceptual thing for me to try and do this.
Sure.
But it's something I've been wanting to do, trying to figure out a way to give back to the community, help the community. Well, give back, I don't really get it, but help the community in every way, shape, and form. This time it's autism. There's a few other charities through the year I would like to try and catch up on. So this is going to be a learning experience, people. So I'm going to do my best I can. At some point, we should probably get together soon and talk that out, the three of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was telling Tim John we should have a get together and chit-chatting.
And speaking of charities, I do want to give a shout out to tomorrow's winner, Doldrums, live music, $5 virtual ticket. You can log in for like a week or two or maybe longer afterwards for your virtual ticket. But it's going to be live music tomorrow, and all that goes to suicide awareness. That's for suicide awareness. Michelle,
last Sunday that I was in.
That's tomorrow.
That one, right?
That'll be tomorrow. Yeah, the same one we talked about.
That's the one we were talking about last Sunday, right?
Yeah, I've been talking about it for a while, because Michelle puts this together every year. This year she was not going to, because it really is stressful for her, because her son, losing her son to suicide, and it's for suicide prevention. All the proceeds are going to that. So it's really a really good cause. And we know we don't get numbers, but we know the suicide rates are higher than they've ever been. And I know that's why we're not getting the numbers we're supposed to be getting. Usually you see this every 6 months to a year, you see the numbers. They're not releasing those. And there's a reason.
Okay.
And I love that. Yeah, start showing some of your stuff there. I just want to give a quick shout out to Michelle.
Finish with the suicide thing because that's very important. So
Yep.
yeah, so tomorrow you know what I was confirming was because you got to remember I haven't been in the Misfit show for months.
And while you do that, while you do that, Hope, and talk about the lanyards and stuff like that.
Yep.
I'm going to look up the link and put it in chat for the doldrums. So
No, that'd be dope.
Tickets.
So last year, I don't want to do negativity, but well, I gave away 80 of these last year, and they're autism bracelets, silicone bracelets, and I gave away 80, and I've learned my lesson not to do that ever again. So we only got 20 this year. I put something aside with my folks, with my peeps, and the rest will probably be given away during the month of April. I wanted him to have them beforehand, but I'm just going to give them away. And you know, have you heard of the Horizon Tech Gallup? Yeah, that. I'm going to give away the ones I have here. I got the ones to the side. Those will go out, but I still have 8 left, so I'll be giving those away. I also got lanyards for to give away as well. Again, to the side. Then we'll put these out. This is actually, I have my own with my, I could say my car keys. I'm like, wait, I don't have a car anymore. That's the hope. My house key.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Caitlin's. So Caitlin has her little.
Oh wow,
that's
her
awesome.
little thing I got this done, and Emily got me this. It has a lupus ribbon to represent.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the Wonder Woman autism wings. And so what I want to do, because I don't want people to think it's all about Caitlin. So I had gotten these because of these ones here. So what I intend to do is if you have a kid that has it, or uncle or family, whatever, I want to put their name and put them on my wall for the month of April. But what I'm going to do is if they donate, I can put it on, you know how Ronald McDonald and everybody does their stuff when they donate, they write their name on the houses.
Yep.
Well, that's what I want to do with this.
Okay.
But
That's cool.
as far as our people that have autism, I just need to know their first name, and I want to put it on my wall. And just
let me know when you're ready, because I do have someone I consider family. Like I told you about.
All I need is a name. That's all I need. And what I would like to do, what I push too, is the sign that y'all see Caitlin took a picture with hers last year.
Uh-huh.
That. So I asked people, because if you look at that video I posted of the walk, I don't know if y'all saw that big ass poster with a bunch of people in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a poster there that people took a picture that said Caitlin's World on it. And the year was 2014 at the time. So, and then I have Caitlin, and they take a picture of me with them, they take a picture of themselves holding it. And then I post it on my Instagram.
Oh.
So it doesn't have to be fancy like this. This is because I'm a crazy parent and crap like that. But, okay, Emily. Well, you should steal electricity from your neighbor, because isn't that what us brown folk do?
Bye, Emily. You have a good night.
I should be back. She always do. I was fight with her. We fuck with each other constantly. So stupid. But the sign doesn't have to be crazy. Just something cool. So Caitlin, what I'll do is I'll take those pictures off Instagram and I'll print them for her to have them, and she has a photo album. And she says, and that's what I did last year. And Vaping with Pieces, being the fool that he is, made a sign. Idiot. And I don't care. Y'all can tell him I said it because he mentioned it in my live. So idiot makes a sign, right? Autism awareness, right? Remember, autism awareness. Idiot put Austin awareness. He did not. He thought he put autism, and the dumbass put Austin awareness. I was like, you're stupid. review that shit. So it's just, like I said, it doesn't have to be fancy. It's just to show some love to the kid. And the virtual walk, I'll put out links for that. Y'all want to do that? And I'm going to go live and love
Yeah.
and respect
I got it,
all.
John. I got it. It's working.
When he says like, respect all, it means
It only
mine
took me
is hope.
6 months. It took me 6 months, but I figured out how to do it.
Mine is hope, but I love Caitlin more than anybody in the world. But yeah, I want to do see if we can do the walk. Like, say, I'll give you all the link to sign up and
Yep.
yeah, just
We
walk
got
around. You know how virtual works.
we
I'm
we,
sorry.
we got big plans and some we don't even know about yet. So stay tuned. We'll keep updating
Oh yeah, there's a
people. We get
lot.
plans.
But, like, I get all effing. If you didn't know about autism, you're gonna learn in that month. I'll tell you that. I come with like some knowledge.
And that is something
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, is learning some more of the in and outs. Like I said, I got a general idea of what, and I know that there's, like, when you talk about a spectrum, there is a
Mhm.
spectrum to autism. So when someone talks about autism, there is no cookie cutter answer to anything to do with it. It's all over the place. It's like you have to learn the individual, really.
Mhm.
You don't
Mhm.
learn you can't learn it all in just a 5-minute conversation saying, "Oh yeah, that's
No.
how you help and how you." No, it doesn't work that way. How you
No, it
interact.
doesn't way. So let me ask you all a question. And by the way, congratulations on the success of your show. I mean, tonight, I think it's because I'm on. That's why you have the amount of people you do. Um, or everybody's in Texas.
Actually,
Just kidding.
there might be a lot of people that are actually getting to bed early tomorrow for the doldrums too, because I know that the community actually is really pushing to watch the show tomorrow, live show tomorrow, and it's like a 6-hour show. So
Yeah, that's a good thing to point out. When is the starting time for that, Tim?
Yeah,
noon
time does it
noon Eastern, 12 o'clock
Noon.
noon Eastern. Yeah.
1 o'clock.
To
I mean, 11 my time. And,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. If you could send me, as you know, 'cause I'm not all that bright, and again, not in the chat no, I never began to do the chat.
Yeah, I can actually send it to you right now, Hope, on Instagram.
And DM, please, and IG, that would be dope.
That's what I'm going to do right now.
But let me
Because
ask
I
you,
already
since
have.
y'all,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. You have what?
Oh, I was
You
just
have what?
letting you know that I already have it. I already have it copied in the thing, so
Okay.
it'll be instantaneous. As soon as I
Okay,
get
so
it.
my question is to you guys, again, congratulations on your success, y'all are good. And it's been an honor to be in your shows, and absolutely, like John, I told you this, and after the week we had, it's so needed.
Mm.
It's so ever needed. These past 2 weeks have been absolutely more insane than normal. Normal for me is insane, as you know. Was it getting better? Me and you, after this, we need to talk. Tim knows about what happened to
Yeah.
the kid. It's not out there. More. And I feel, as in respect to Caitlin, I don't want to put it to everyone. And so, therefore, you know, but these past 2 weeks have been absolutely insane. And, I can't imagine going through snow like you guys do. And I don't know how that works, People tell me, like I told Tim, I was told the snow is different up where you are, Tim, compared to what we had. Because ours was like, oh, like, what's the difference between ours and yours? Because
The
it's not
difference in the
like I
snow is
different.
negligible. There is a possible difference to it, but also the biggest factor I think is are equipped to deal with it because it's a regular thing. Whereas if you're not equipped to deal with it, not ready for it, for one, the
Right.
biggest thing is all seasons are summer tires. Everybody down there drives with all season summer tires. That's a no-no in the wintertime. You don't do that unless you have no choice up here, because you're going to wind up in a ditch most likely before the end of the season. And
Okay.
that's I mean, you think about that, that's just pretty much stops the flow of traffic, which changes everything right there. You're already out the
No.
gate and already in a losing battle right there. Just the
Okay.
tires alone. I mean, and then you got to talk about snowplows. Like we were talking about, the governor was bragging he had 700 snowplows. Well, where I grew up in Lewis County and Adirondacks, one county in New York, just one county, has over 700 snowplows. That's one little county. And New York, the entire state of New York, you can put what, 5 or 6 or 7 of them in Texas if you go land wise. So,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's just in upstate New York is rural. That's a rural area where it's more cows than
Mhm.
people. Literally, the census says so. There's like 3 times as many cows as people there, and we still have over 700 snowplows in that area. Whereas
Yeah.
you have a lot more population down there, and you're gonna have all these gridlock people with like summer tires and 700 total snowplows to try and clear the state. That's not gonna work. It's
Yeah.
a
Hey, John,
recipe for disaster.
so the post you saw, was it on Facebook? The one I put to the city?
Mhm.
Yeah. I need it for them to know. I talked to Tim
Yeah.
about it, and I told Tim, should I do it? Because it was kind of where to be prepared. I tried to word it as best as I could. And again, I didn't come in hot. I didn't, I could have
Yeah.
came in a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
But there, and if you read through the comments, a lot of people have the same issues where
Yeah.
if you read, people were waiting 3 hours, people were waiting this and this. And um, again, they screwed the pooch on it because, like I said, we weren't notified. And the scary thing is where, okay, let's say we weren't notified. Okay, I get that. We could have made arrangements, but then what about the people who can't? And I would be in that can't situation, but luckily, like I said, I had my aunt going the same day because how
Yeah.
that worked, I set up her appointment, and we just happened to go the same day the first time. So I was really lucky, that day.
Yeah.
Really lucky, very fortunate, and I just didn't want the post to come off as ungrateful because I wasn't. It just I wanted the city to be aware of the fact that, and if it was autism or anything, I would have made the city aware of it. Like, you're probably gonna see another one from me coming autism time because they light up the hemisphere color and stuff, rainbow color. They do that for LGBT and stuff like that, but they haven't done it in a few years, so I want to see if I can make that happen this year. And take Caitlin around there if I can get a ride, or if I have to pay for a lift, I will. I'll figure it out so she can see the lights. They rep. But I was hoping that I worded it to where it wasn't crazy, like they're thinking this lady's going to come in and screw us up at City Hall. You can't say a lot of things anymore because,
No.
everything's kind of a watchful eye, if you will. But
Mhm.
what I was going to ask you too was, are you going to guys start getting, okay, so the main, of course, it's mental health, and you guys are, again, grateful that you're open to other organizations, other causes. Will y'all be frequently more causes? Like, you say cancer, what have you?
And we talked about that. We have talked
Yeah,
about trying to just expand a little bit.
and that's one of the ones we had talked about too is
Yeah.
like Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's a good month that a lot of people do a lot of things. It's a good charity, and honestly, they have made leaps and bounds in that because
Mhm.
of donations. They've actually
Yeah.
that's one of those life changing ones where you see the difference starting to finally come through.
Yeah.
It took a long time, but they're
Oh,
Long
did
starting
time.
to see progress now.
it?
Yeah.
I don't
So
know a lot, but what I read, I don't know like who John or Tim, but I know from what I know,
Yeah.
and again, the bad and the good, but it has grown to where they've proven
Mhm.
that it's doing
Yeah.
going in the right direction, if you will.
yep.
But if there's other
And
causes, can they come to you? And I
yeah,
asked that.
I think, as we kind of expanded some of these areas, like probably next November we'll probably hit men's prostate health. That's a big
Oh,
thing for
that'd
that
be
time.
dope.
Yeah,
That'd be
because
dope.
guys don't talk about it, man, and they need
Oh,
to,
it's very,
because prostate cancer takes guys very, very early, because they just don't they don't go and get it checked out. They don't talk about it and they don't do it, and so that's
okay, I'm
another
gonna
one
put
maybe we
this
could
in the
expand
most
into.
proper way I can since y'all are dudes. In the testicular area
Yep.
where you get cancer there. I had an individual that I've known on IG who went through it twice. We had chemo at the same time. Um, that's also a big thing, right? I mean,
Yep.
I don't know, but that goes with the
Yeah,
prostate.
Yeah.
thanks to you, actually, Hope. I'll give you the credit for this. I started
Ah,
watching the calendar more, like the calendar for special. I've never really been good at it, like the autism awareness. Having the month, having the day. I never really checked these things before ahead of time. It just kind of come up, and I see it on my Facebook feed or something like that, and I just kind of like forget about it till next year. And I'm starting to try and be more proactive with it, so that'll help us with that too.
well,
Like I
whatever needs, let me
bringing up John ahead of time because of you mentioning that, I've been more aware.
remind me. like I said, when I started IG back then, and I started my first treatment in the vape community, was extremely and is it's changed a lot, but still I still talk to a lot of people I started with, and it came down to where lupus was brought up. We had, like I told Tim John, we had our town hall meetings, questions, whatever. I did all that. Then I wanted people to know it's not just about me. It's about you guys. Okay, we got the vape down, as I say that constantly. Let's know what else is going on. And so that's when other things came about. So I started learning more. So I said, you know what? Give me a month that means a lot to you. What causes mean a lot to you? And so that's where that came from, because I just, again, I can't talk and make it just about me. Lupus Awareness Month is in May.
Yep, we talked about that. I talked about that with you. We'd like to choose something to help you with that too.
I won't do it as much as autism, as you know why. And
Right.
I'll explain to John later why. But it's not a bad thing. It's just basically goes back to I just don't talk about it enough, and also ears is there, and that really messes with her as it is. She's scared every day that something's going to happen to me. That's why it's not really talked about. So I just tend to look at things, and that's why I wanted to know what causes meant a lot to you guys, so I can bring it to the IG side. That's where
For me, causes that are extremely important:
okay,
cancer,
let me write. Go ahead.
cancer, like all types of cancer. I've seen too many family members pass away from cancer, and
Okay.
it's just a big thing for me because it's a terrible, terrible way to go. It really
Oh no,
is,
that's ridiculous.
and that's a big one. And just positivity in general, just trying to be a positive and for anything, and awareness. Breaking that stigma is for real. Trying to get through it, and you even see stigmas within. Like tonight, we talked about the fact that there's different versions of, some people love like the puzzle piece, some people don't, and you'll have like they're both fighting for the same cause, but
Hmm.
yet occasionally they'll bump heads just over something small. One little thing
Hmm.
will stop the road, and that's something I would like to see broken. Get through that because we're going to the same goal. Just be
Yeah.
acceptant of each other and just work toward that goal and don't focus on each other at all. We see that in the vape community as well, where you'll see
Hmm.
people trying to fight for their rights, but they don't agree with the way this person's doing it. So then instead of fighting for their rights, they focus on that. And then
Yeah.
in the confusion, you'll see the propaganda change its direction to another tactic, one that we've already seen before, but they'll jump right on it, even if it's something that's just sidetracking. Like, for instance, nicotine being harmful. We know it's not. Why are we giving into the argument? There's nicotine in vape, there's nicotine in cigarettes. It's a mute point. Forget about it. Ignore it.
Hmm.
Just work on what we know we need to work on. And
Yeah.
that's the problem is the goal gets lost sometimes amongst the infighting, and not, we got to break the stigma within the unity too as well.
Yeah.
Most
So
definitely. Is there any other ones? Are you aware if cerebral palsy? I don't
cerebral
know.
palsy, I'm not aware of them. I could reach out to my ex because she was more involved in the actual groups and stuff and what's going on, and I can do that. She got more into the
Well,
groups. I was more in the hands-on situation at that time. So
don't worry. I already asked my boyfriend Google, so it's in March. Uh, my dude Google, that's my
yep.
dude. March 25th actually is cerebral palsy, and I think that's in September. Uh, like I told Tim Dunn, I say he learned a lot about things. To have an adult conversation without getting judged and without going create shit on one another was pretty dope. Did we agree on everything? No. But I heard what he said, he heard what I said, and we agreed on a lot of stuff, but then we didn't, and it just went the right way. And that's how
Exactly.
it should be.
That's exactly what I'd like to see. Because not everybody's going to have the same opinions, because that's what makes us human, having our own opinions. But the fact that
Right.
you can accept other people's opinions, and even if you can't quite, and you try to see it from their point of view, at least to understand it. And if you can't, then you just say, okay, well, it's just different. But you know what? We're working toward the same goal. Why does it matter? What matters is the goal.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
You
That's
know,
it.
Positivity
That's
in the
it.
end of the day. It's like positivity is a hard one. Like what you're going through right now. Trying to stay positive was a little difficult the last few weeks. There
Yeah.
were a few days where you talked on the phone and you were virtually on the verge of a meltdown. And my heart went out to you, and all I could do is talk and listen. That was it.
Yeah.
It's all we can do. I hope it helped. I really do, because
Oh, you did
I
because
wanted to do so much more. I just did.
there's nothing you could do, and and like I said, you got this live, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm not calling out anybody on my IG friends outside of IG. My Facebook is actually Reebok people to the people I taught, and that's more of that issue. Where here it's all vape, strictly IG is strictly vape, and I felt, I guess because I told him, like I said, not everybody's like me, and that's why I apologize to you, John, and that's like comes from a really deep place when I say how sorry I am, because I don't work that way. I just don't. I just refuse to. I tried to do as much as I can, and I feel really horrible for that. I really do, because I should have paid more attention to where it was going, to where Texas, like I said, it went this way, and I didn't see it going up. So there's no excuse, and that's my belief. Like you can say,
Yeah.
well, you got this going on, yeah. Still, I used to be a shit fucking person up the ass, and I refuse to go back to that route. So I take it really too hard, and I take it with everything I have. So again, I apologize for that. But I told Tim, nothing with you, John. You had your shit going on. Only two people reached out to me. Two. That broke my heart.
There is one more thing that I mean, it's a constant thing for me, so I didn't think about adding it to this list, but civil liberties and freedoms, government overreach. This is important to me. I mean, once your eyes are open to it, you feel bad for even people that maybe you don't even care about what they're going through. And it's not something you care about. Like non-vapors don't care about vape.
To
That
DM me
makes
now.
sense. But
Yeah, DM.
yeah, I will afterwards. But the point is, it still should be a choice. Like we talked about the shot, getting the shot. It should be a choice. And the thing is with the shot, from what I'm hearing today, is it's really only a 6-month buffer. It's not a permanent thing. It's like a 6-month, this should help you for 6 months. Ish, give or take. And it's like, okay, well, that's definitely changes the realm too as well, because 6 months, which is more important? And go ahead.
1 year, actually, 1 year. So they're
It's
giving
1 year?
it become a yearly thing like the flu shot.
Okay.
That's what I heard from the last thing. Like I said, read a lot about it. Like I told Tim, John, I didn't just jump on it and do it. I looked at it, and again, for me not to be able to update my own Instagram that the second one existed, was ridiculous. Where again, people are cussing me out. Well, I hope you die from COVID. Biden lover to all this stuff. No, it wasn't about that. The doctor was brought up. That's where it came from. Where it came from. And I don't push anybody to do anything, because I wouldn't want that done to me. That would annoy the fuck out of me. And I wanted to go on IG and say, you guys have to do it. You need to do it. I didn't even make my mom do it. I even, like I told Tim, I even had the conversation with Caitlin. Don't do it because mom was doing it. You need to make that choice.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to live the rest of your life. Yours.
Yeah.
So, and I told Tim, no guarantees in life, man. This is not the cure all. It's not the cure all, but if it keeps me out of the hospital,
just a little science update on that. It makes sense that it would be a yearly thing, because it is technically a strain of the flu. That's what it is. So it makes sense it would be treated and have the same protocols as a flu shot. In the end, it does make logical sense 100% that it would be a yearly shot. But it's a risk you're going to have to...
They even said today, you can still get this. Like, I literally wrote notes down what the doctor was saying and other doctors were saying about it, to where it'll last this What don't expect is people are expecting the shot that are getting them. It's going to take away shit. It's not.
No.
You still have to wear your mask. You still have to do shit, and you can still
All
get
all
COVID for that.
yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
a cure. It's not a
All
cure.
viruses mutate.
And you can still be a carrier regardless of whether or not you had the shot. So the essence of this shot is to protect the person who gets it, which is why I think it should be a freedom of choice thing in situation, because why would you force something that, who knows the complications later? There's a possibility of long-term complications we wouldn't know. I mean, it's a new vaccine. There's been skepticism on what they could be, but there might not be any. It might be fine. But there are people that are sensitive to the flu shot, and we've seen some reactions according to what things have been leaking, that some people are having reactions to this shot, and that could be an individual body chemistry situation, like with anything. So you are taking a little bit of risk when you take the shot.
Well, with anything,
What's important to you?
anything, the medicine you take, to where John would know this, autism community, huge argument. You get autism if you get the vaccines.
Yeah, it's like you were talking about the autism vaccine versus. I mean, one thing that makes that sound impossible to me is, like, we talk about the wide spectrum of what autism is. It's a huge spectrum of levels and different ways it works. To get a shot or a vaccine to fix it sounds a little. I mean, it might be some sex
No,
of
no,
it,
I'm not
maybe.
talking about fixing it. I'm talking the ones you normally get as we got as kids. Your smallpox, to your the ones y'all got as kids. The reason why my kid has autism is because I gave her those vaccines as a baby. That's what I've been told several times. Yep, it's because of what happens is people want to know why. Why do I have diabetes? Why did I have to get the chemo? John, why did you have to have an accident? People want to know why. They want to know every why. And sometimes it's just that some people can't get the fucking answer. And at the end of the day, I did what I had to do for Caitlin. And now it's her choice. No, there's no cure all for autism either. I mean, it's a I don't say the word right. Cognitive. How do you say? Cognitive.
Cognitive. Cognitive.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what it is. To where then you got your other issues with it. There's so much to it. The best way I can describe it, Tim, is you look at an umbrella and it's open, and you're looking at it from the front, not like this way. You're looking at it this way, and every part of it has autism. And where people don't realize there's so many different parts of autism, so many.
Yep.
And I've gotten into several arguments, not because of my beliefs or anything like that, because I was approached where I went to get Caitlin vaccine when she was younger. There were people out there fighting it and gave me so much shit for it. So much shit for it. So I was reliving it again when I did the first dose. My thing got triggered out.
I bet.
Yep.
I had to do what I had to do. Would I want her to do that to her kid? That's on her. I can't tell her. I literally can't tell you guys what to do. I wouldn't, because I don't want it done to me. I'm not going to hate y'all for it. I would still go see you guys, even if you don't get it. You got it. You don't. You get it. You get it. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, that's it. And I will never push it on anybody.
Right.
And if anybody,
that's just it. The freedom of personal choice matters to me a lot, and most aspects. As long as you're not, and here's my guidelines for my personal beliefs, is as long as you're not causing someone else direct harm, or potentially like a significant chance of causing someone else direct harm. Like, if you want to do whatever you want behind closed doors at your house, and the only person that's potentially in harm is yourself, you know what? That should be your choice, as long as you know that you're going to be there. And I mean, that's the thing. If you're in a controlled environment situation and you want to do what you want to do, why is it a problem for the government to let them do it? I mean, that's where I stand on it. So I'm kind of like, I always find myself, when it comes to this kind of thinking, I feel I'm kind of in between, like the Grim Green and the Logan exhales. I'm kind of in between those two, because I feel like I'm not quite as liberal as Logan, just like full on, just go ahead. And I'm not quite, Grim Green, although he is liberal, is kind of liberal to the point where he's like protect people a little bit too, to some degree. And I'm kind of in between those two. So that's one of the reasons why I really, really love being involved when we get really into it and talk about it, the three of us, because
Mhm.
that's so interesting because I feel like it's a perfect mix because we're all kind of a little different, but all in the same realm. And if we can work together like that, that's what I'd like to see everybody do. In the group's trying to work to the same
Mhm.
goal, work together, even if you don't see eye to eye. That's important. That's very important to me. So,
That's why I would love to have, like I said,
It is
I'm sorry,
important. It
John.
is important.
Go ahead, please. I'm not gonna say anything. No,
No,
I
go
was
ahead.
just gonna say after me,
Nope.
you
I'm
know,
just making a
after we end
comment.
this, and like I said, I want to throw John in on some things that Tim
Okay. Okay.
that you found, and um, you know, just to comment on what I said in reference to anybody checking on me. I guess because of what I do, and I know people aren't the same as me, but then what I don't, I get it. I should know better than that, but I say I don't get because that's the only word I can use is. But you're quick to be around me when you want my free shit. You
Mm.
know what I mean? People literally left me
Yeah.
messages when you give away the gala.
when you're
Really?
damn good and ready, and if you ever do, that's the answer.
I mean, everybody has them. I mean, everybody has them. Why,
Yep.
why do you need another? I know for a fact. Called out 5 people. I know you got one. Because I was smart enough to check too. I'm not stupid. I mean, it's just people. I got some really sincere people in my life. And I spoke with Grim, Nick, and the reason why I say Grim is because I talked to Nick Rescued as well. It's Tim Nuss. I had a conversation, 4 hour conversation with him the other day. But I talked to Nick Grimm. We hadn't been able to talk since everything. He asked how I was doing. He was glad that I had filled him in because he didn't know how to message me. And I was like, we're dope. It's all right. You know, do you need anything and stuff like that? And, you know, there's some people that didn't know how to deal with it. They felt guilty. They felt guilty because I didn't have it. They had it. Again, there were people just down the street who had light. We had people, John, did this happen to y'all? And I know, again, you follow some cool shit. And me and you got that in common. Did you have people messing with your line workers, linemen and water
Oh yeah.
guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had that
Yeah.
too. We had one taken hostage. We had people with guns over there threatening them. People that turn on their shit. And that's pretty crazy. So y'all
Jeez.
had that shit too, eh? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Make me understand that down in
It
a
is crazy.
psychology check. Why? Because again, they just selfish and they want their shit, or I mean, do they think their water's on and light
Yeah.
too, or what? What do you think is your? I mean, what do you think is your thing? Why do you think they do shit like that?
I don't know. I think that people in desperate situations do desperate measures.
Well, I was about to do that on freaking Oreos, but I found
Yeah.
some. Just kidding. I found Oreos. Hey, John, don't look for chicken or shit, but I can find you a shitload of Oreos. Like I said, now things are better. Honestly telling you, we're about 95% than where we were, and
Good.
that's a lot.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
We're 95%. I threw
That's
away a lot of shit in my freezer, threw away shit in my refrigerator, which is really sad for someone like me. I've heard a lot of people because that's monthly shit, and I'm not even get all that back. Get it? Figure it out. Caitlin's dad was extremely helpful. But you know, I'm very, like I said, we're very lucky. But you can find it, Friday when things settle down. When did they settle down for y'all? I mean, as far as like no snow and you can go outside and drive. What was
Yeah.
y'all's day?
Yeah.
Friday
It
too?
wasn't until Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Friday, everybody's out. Fuck yeah, Texas, y'all. So everybody going to HEB. I'm so stupid. I'm telling you. I'll tell you the way I really said that comment about the toilet. Because I said it, Tim knows I said it really fucked up. But people were going and cussing out and fought with HEB workers. And so I go to Walgreens. They don't have medicine because it wasn't shipped. They didn't think, and you would think a national company would be able to transfer it to the one up the street. Nope, can't do it. Couldn't do it. I was like, oh, okay. So I go to Walgreens. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to find something. Frozen food, I'm gonna fuck. I'm trying to find something. They had that section cut off, but they had the Coca-Cola 7-Up open. You can find soda, Oreos, chips. 2 Top Ramens that were open.
What?
You can get that. They were open. Like, what are you gonna do with it? You can't make it there, stupid. You know, that's some stupid ass, dumb people. They're opening shit. Toilet paper was open. People stole the roll. Dude.
The toilet paper burglar.
Yeah, paper burglar. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna steal something, it's gonna be something I like. No, I won't. But
I'm gonna take a ride in a cop car for a roll of toilet paper. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
That's what I told them at Walmart when they check my receipts, or when HEB puts like a sticker to prove that I paid for it. I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna steal something, it's gonna be big, bro. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Right, we're gonna be walking out of there with a large screen TV at least, or a computer.
Shit.
Yeah.
If you didn't put your ass, you commit. You committed 110%. But I know we're probably gonna end the show soon. Caitlin's birthday, May 4th.
Yep.
Last year, we had, again, I think y'all know, 200 people show up to the Zoom party, in and out. It was dope. We played music, and Caitlin, y'all couldn't show Caitlin enough love that day. It was unreal. That's like saying when she got Nick's Ewok, and people sending her books. And so, again, because of COVID, we can't really do anything. Plus, I think even if it wasn't COVID, Caitlin can't handle anybody anyway. So, you know, I'm going to do Zoom again. She's going to dress up in her dress and put on her tiara. And we got a backdrop. You know what backdrops, John? You know what backdrops are, right?
Yep. Oh, that's not just a backdrop. This is the backdrop.
Why did I do that?
Because you wanted to see you and your beautiful daughter? Yeah.
Look, I'm going to do it like this. Like, that's the most stupidest thing people can do. How do you make this go the... Okay, there it is. Stupid ass. John, how big do you think that...
That's huge, by the way. Yeah.
That's big. Yeah.
It's the F. Now I'm going to show a farther, Tim. So you can see, look how big that is.
That's big.
Yeah, John, that's in my living room, man. It's like I live in the living room. I live in the living room. Yeah, so Louis got it for her because he wanted her to have a backdrop for her birthday. Because her theme, again, I wonder what it is. Could it be Peppa Pig?
No.
Doesn't he freaking So Louis only paid $10 for that.
It's obviously Call of Duty. I mean, obvious.
I think he wants a piece of it. That's what I think. Even though he married, and I was kidding. It's not like a big.
See you, Jay. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you. Love you. You know, but so that's gonna be our backdrop along with Bush. But Bush is gonna be there before. She'll be there for Autism Awareness Month. But you know, I want to see how we can spread that and make it as big as we did last year, and just show her, and you know, show some more love. Like, again, I don't care what y'all do about me, I really don't. But her is a different story, and y'all have always done it.
So what I'm gonna need you to do, Hope, is take a picture of whatever backdrop for her birthday, okay? And hopefully by her birthday, my daughter finally gets me my Christmas present. I'll have my green screen and I can put it up behind me so we have the same backdrop.
Oh, that'd be dope. No, you too, John. You want that because you do it too. You do crazy shit like that.
Well, yeah, you do that stuff, man.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still traumatized from your fucking elf situation.
That elf thing is creepy. It is creepy.
Man. You got to bring that shit up.
Then you had, was it Kira that had a problem with your eyes being the weird with the other thing that radon like eyes?
Yeah. I can look at his face. I see the screen lighting up.
Yeah, you know he's going for it. He's going for it. You know he's going to
commit.
look like about 12 years old in about 5 seconds. Uh,
But yeah, we'll talk, like I said, more. And I'm not trying to
yep.
hide anything from anybody here. That's just some things out of respect for my daughter that I don't want to put out there to them. I have no problems with me. I put her out to the world more than I should. And so therefore Caitlin has asked for me not to do a lot of things. So I'm just respecting the wishes of my kid.
And I know it's coming
But
down to the end, but anybody who's watched this long and stuff, and it's on replay or whatever, because there's not too many people here now, but it is getting a little
yeah,
later. But I
yeah.
did want to put it out there if anyone's still watching at this point. I know we have some people that do watch on replay, watch the whole thing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
To reach out to either John, me, or Hope
Mm-hmm.
on any one of our platforms, Instagram. Well, I'm talking about for donations. If they want to do donations for the April 1st.
Cookies. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah.
I'll share the information with y'all, with you guys. I'll get the
Yep.
website, and in fact, since I'm so OCD, I will try to get as many websites of autism. It would be cheap. It would be cheaper. It would be easier to tell them to go to autismsociety.org and look under their city and go from there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see what I can find, and like I said, we'll have a meeting about that. And John, I got a question to ask you, but I'm going to write it down. It'll be after.
Okay.
I'm going to write it. So I don't forget. But I'm just going to
Okay.
tell you for the past month I've been wanting to ask you this question.
Okay.
'Cause I just saw it right now on the shelf. Okay.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
So actually, that said, so we can talk about it. I'll let this go because we're down to like 4 viewers. So, guys, thank you very much for those who are still here hanging
Appreciate
out.
it. Yeah, thank you.
For those on the replay, you know, this is very important to Hope. It's very important to us. It's very important to Caitlin. And I'm sure it's actually important to Hope's mom and us as well. You know, let's try and, you know, make this a good year. It's going to be a little bit different than in the past. Obviously, with the new mail ban thing, that's going to change things and make it a little more difficult too. But it isn't quite in effect, so we might be able to get a little bit going on anyway. But so we'll see.
Yeah. I'll figure it out.
Love you all. John, you want to go first, and we'll let Hope run us out. There you go. I like the background. Check out that background, Hope.
Okay, look, watch. How about this?
There you go.
There you go. You just need to put a little pillow on it, and it'd be perfect.
Joe, go ahead, John. Do your thing.
Yeah. As you go about your day, you find somebody that needs a little hope, a little kindness, a little goodness in their day. Share a kind word with them, kind action. Make the world the place that you want to be at. That's it. You can find me on Instagram, Lightbearer, the number 2, and you.
And me?
Be good to each other.
Y'all.
Y'all.
Okay, I want to go. I don't know how much to say.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Reach out to me on Instagram. Don't reach out to me in Discord or Twitter because, yeah, don't work. I don't work on Twitter or Instagram. I mean, thing, but Discord, but IG's where if I don't get back to you, I will. I'll try to be more active. I say that, and I'll do my best. But forward to stuff. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's so dope. Oh my god! I'm all getting blessed out and stupid. I'm all anyway. Can you imagine if Eric was here? I'd be like this.
Oh, we'll get it to happen someday.
Yeah, we got to. That'd
We're
be
going to get
hilarious.
Mitch and Eric in at the same time, and it'll be a fun day.
Oh, it'd be dope. Well, I don't think I like Mitch. I don't. Mitch is like so cute, but whatever. Bye, Mitch. No, but thank you guys for having me, and let's look forward to this. And let's make it big, and for not just my kid and anybody on the spectrum, and go from there. Thank you to everybody who cares. Everybody cares. I know y'all do, and I know it was hard for people, but thank y'all. Love y'all.
Yep.
Love you too. Peace, everybody. You have a good night. Reach out to those you haven't heard from. They could save a life. You never know what they're going through right now. And if anybody you know is struggling, especially reach out to them, okay? That said, let me if I get on the right thing, I can say goodbye to everybody. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Nick. Bye-bye, Nick.